Who does not want to shake their butt while having fun, burning calories, shedding fat, and listening to some fucking amazing Latino music? If the answer is no for you, you can go ahead and skip this live because it's not for you. But if it is for you, then you are going to love today's episode of Goal Slay Monday. So in case it's your first time joining on our videos, my name is Bianca Lynch of BiancaLynchCoaching.com. I'm an accountability coach and I help millennials turn their health, wealth, and bucket list goals into reality. Now, what just has me so excited about today's episode is that I'm going to be joined by someone who I've known for years and years and years, and we're going to be talking about Zumba. So Chanel is actually, she's actually a Zumba instructor. I'm not sure for how long. I'll let her give you the full story, but I have known Chanel for such a long time. I've taken her classes. They're super fun, and I actually really, really love Zumba. It's something that I haven't talked about a ton on here because I haven't done it in a while, but it is so fun. And like I said, literally, you get to burn calories. And if you caught my video last Friday, I talked about how with fitness, one of the most important things whenever you want to be consistent with your workouts is making sure that you're doing something that is actually fun and not forcing yourself to do all these things that you hate. So that's one of the things that I love about Zumba is that if you love to dance, the chances of you not loving Zumba is slim to none. So I'm going to go ahead and let Chanel in because I see that she's here and she has sent the request. So perfect. So Chanel's going to be joining us in a second, and today we're going to be talking about shedding pounds while shaking ass. I said shaking ass there, but I actually said shaking booty in the title. Hi, Chanel.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Can you hear me? Can you see me?
I can. What about me? I feel like
yes, you're good. My tripod shaking. Okay. I always like to make sure technology is good before I get started. So I think we are all good. Can hear, can see everything. So how's it going, Chanel?
Oh, good. Bianca, I don't go live. I don't do live. So I'm like shaking right now.
No, that's what, you know what? I'm first off, I'm so honored that you were willing to bless us with your presence since you don't do live. And honestly, Chanel, like I tell everyone else who comes on here, like, girl, listen, this is a conversation between you and I. And on top of that, like, I think live video was so much easier than recording because when it's live, I feel like you go get what you go get. Like, that's
the problem for me. There's no editing. There's no nothing. You just go for it.
And that's exactly what we're doing, girl. We are going for it. We're here to talk Zumba, like something that I know that you are so passionate about. I think I remember, I'm not going to go on a tangent, but I'm going to just say this, y'all. Like I said before, I have known Chanel since I was like, holy shit, I don't know, like 7, 8, I don't even, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
It's been a very long time since Chanel and I have known each other. And I think I remember like when the first time you taught Zumba in Wilmington, I don't remember the area, but
you were at my very first class.
I know.
My very first.
Memories. And now here we are, approaching 30, like, now I'm playing.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah, no, you know what? It's all good. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and give Chanel the floor. Chanel, tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do before we dive deep into all of the Zumba topics.
All right. So, like you just said, 20-something. We're still going to stick with that 20-something-year-old. I live in Greenville, North Carolina. I work at a utility company by day and by night and weekend. I'm a licensed Zumba instructor and a licensed mixed fit instructor. So that's like one of my little side hustles here. I've been teaching since 2012, so about 9 years now. Like I said, you were at my very first class, so that was 9 years ago. That's
yes.
I still
9 years of Zumba. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I said I still remember that like it was yesterday.
I do too. I remember this like one dance move in this song. I'm gonna do that offline just to like, just so like people
record it and send it to me so I know.
I will. You know I will. But again, super excited to have Chanel here because like I said, she's been teaching for a while, so she's like in and out, all things Zumba. I've done Zumba. I've done it for years, but then like I haven't been that consistent with it just because depending on the gyms that I was at, it just like. Sometimes like the person would leave or, blah, blah, blah. Still waiting on Chanel to come to the Raleigh area so I can be, all of her classes. Yes, and I know that she has some virtual stuff that she'll talk to you about a little bit later. But Chanel, let's go ahead and dive in a little bit. So my first question for you is, why Zumba? Like, what really made you decide to choose Zumba as not necessarily for your career, but, as like your passion? Like, how did that come about, and how has that really impacted you and your life and your health?
Um, why Zumba is honestly, this sounds so cliche, but just because it is so fun. Like the very first class I took, I remember falling in love with it. I was obsessed. I could not get enough. So that would be like the number one reason. Like even Zumba, one of their slogans is ditch the workout, join the party. And that's literally what it feels like. Every single time I teach or take a class, it feels like a party. And why would you not want to party while you're
Literally.
out, So yeah, that would be the main reason why. Also, like, to be able to teach Zumba, I've always loved to dance. So to be able to teach Zumba and help others with their health and fitness goals and make a little money on the side, like, sign me up.
Yes.
Like, this is something I love to do. I love helping other people, meeting other people. One of my other Zumba instructor friends, Natalia, she's up here. I met her through Zumba. So like, there's so many, I could go on forever, literally, but that would be the main thing. Like, it is so fun. And it's not only impacted like my physical health, but like mentally and emotionally. Like, you would not believe how many people come to class just, as an escape from their everyday, just to release, just to let loose for an hour. So not only physical, but mental and emotional as well. That's a big, like, having a bad day, go to Zumba. In a fight with your boyfriend, go to Zumba. I mean, like, anything. Zumba helps.
Yes. It's like essentially insert Zumba for like anytime you need to pick me up for any problem. Like, Zumba is the answer. And what I really love about that is, well, first off, just talking about the whole fun thing, like I was saying earlier, y'all, with fitness, like so many people struggle with being consistent. And I'm always telling people, wait, did my Wi-Fi go bad? Oh wait, we're good. I'm always telling people, like, hey, do things that you love. And I know, and a lot of us love dancing. And if you don't, whatever, cool. Like I said, not for you, leave the live. But if you are someone who does love dancing, why not? And from Chanel's perspective, of course, if we can make some money while we doing it, we are definitely jumping on that. And, talking about the mental and like the emotional impact, I mean, I think that's just huge because, let's be honest, like we all have like our vices, and some of them are not great. Some of them are really, really not great. And, we think about all the ways that we can, hey, Precious, we think about all the ways that we can escape, right? And all the things like, there's fitness. There's also, like drugs, alcohol, emotional eating, like drinking. There's all these things that we can do to escape. So to be able to do something that is literally positively impacting our physical, mental, and emotional health while having fun, sign me the fuck up, period.
Right. Like, there's so many different routes, so many unhealthy ways you could choose, but this is a good one for you, like, in all aspects. So it's my heart. I love it.
Yes. Yes, I love that. And so speaking of Zumba, whenever it comes to just like the whole fitness world, because like I always say, I'm not saying that like fitness is trendy, but let's be honest, these days fitness is kind of trendy. So for the people like us and others, and I'm sure it's not just for the people who've been working out for like a long time, like you can tell, I feel like there are certain people who are, it's not like they're only doing it to look cool, but there are people who are like really passionate about what they're doing. And then there are people who are more so like, oh, I might be just doing this for the gram. So why do you feel like Zumba became so popular in the fitness world? Because I feel like whenever my first Zumba class, I was in like, I don't even know, maybe 11th grade. Don't make me do the math. It was a long time ago. And like, honestly, I hadn't even heard of it. I had not heard of it for my first class. So of course now most people have heard of Zumba. Most people have probably at least, seen a class, even if they haven't taken it. So why do you feel like it became so popular? And, whenever you think about, like your class and why they like it, is there anything in particular that's really stood out for you?
Yeah. So I think it's popular because, like, I don't want to use the word easy because we'll get into that later, but I don't want to use the word easy because that has such a negative connotation when it comes to it. But I think it's a simple and adaptable workout that anybody can do. Like, when I say anybody, I mean anybody. I've seen blind people do Zumba. I've seen people in wheelchairs do Zumba. Like, Anybody. And I'm not joking.
What?
I don't know. And also like the music. Like if you've ever been, literally the best music is based on Latin and international rhythms. So like the first class I
Yes.
took, I didn't know any of those words. I didn't know what they were saying, what they were talking about. But those rhythms, fire. Loved every single
Yes.
song. Like you can't sit
Yes.
still or stand still in a Zumba class. And I think that's what catches people's attention. Actually, just last week in my Monday night class, there were two women. They had finished up their workout. My class was starting, and they heard the music on their way out, joined in class, and stayed the entire time just because of the music. Like they were like, we heard that and we had to come in. And I was like, I'm glad you did, and hope it
Yes.
was a great experience and everything. But like that music will every time, every time.
110% agree. Like y'all, first of all, I love Latina music, just like period. Honestly, I love everything about the Latina culture, but we'll get into that on another day and another talk. But 110%, like I said, like if you were someone who really loves to dance and you hear that beat, like immediately, like you were on it. You're like, even if you feel like, even if you're at the gym and you may be like, you're looking at a treadmill like, man, fuck them cardio machines. Are you feeling like you're like,
No,
man, nobody want to get on the elliptical, and then you hear that beat. It's like, yes,
I
let's
literally
jump
won't
in
go
on
back to
this,
regular cardio ever. Like I'm not doing it. Zumba
girl.
or mixed fit or something, but I'm not doing it.
Girl, that's actually one of my long-term goals in life is to never set foot on another cardio machine. All jokes aside, like and you know what? And there are people who love certain things. I used to take spin a long time ago. I don't know who the hell I was back then because now, no, just no. And I know that a lot of people are like Peloton gang, and I think that's cool as shit. Like if that's what you like, go for it. But for me, cardio machines, they make me miserable. Like if it's something I'm doing just for like a warm up, then sure. Like I may be like, oh, let me hit this 5 minutes on the Stairmaster, or whenever I was training for a hike that I never even did in Peru, then I was using this Stairmaster. But otherwise, like honestly, one of my long-term goals is to really, really make sure that all the cardio that I'm doing are activities that I love, like dancing, swimming, racquetball, walking, running, riding a bike, whatever it is. And I think that's really what's really cool for Zumba is, like you were saying earlier, where you were like, you don't want to say, you don't want to use the word easy. I think a really nice way to look at it is it doesn't feel as intimidating.
Right.
Like no matter what your fitness level is, no matter where you are in life, you look at people in there, and let's be honest, and I will be the first one to admit it, because I'm always trying to be just like the instructor. I'm like looking, I'm like, no, that was the right arm. So I look, don't be like me. But what I'm saying is you look around and people are just having fun. Like you're not in your head and you're not like, oh, it has to be this. You're not feeling the pressure of, oh, I'm not strong enough for this or I'm not fast enough for this. Like you can literally modify it to yourself. Like Chanel, listen, there's been some songs where I'm like, I will just start two-stepping because I can't keep up. Like,
and that's completely fine. Like I tell people in my classes all the time, if there's something that you cannot do, modify it, two-step, do your own thing. I don't care as long as you're moving. I don't care.
Yes, 110%. As long as you're moving, that is the most important thing. And speaking of moving and speaking of talking about Zumba versus, workouts and what people are saying, like, what are your thoughts whenever you hear, I mean, I don't know, you tell me, maybe you hear it a lot, maybe you don't, but I know that like there are a lot of people who struggle with the mindset of believing that a workout has to be a specific type of thing. Like it has to involve some sort of machine. It has to be where your heart rate is up to 207, or it has like, like whatever it is. So tell me what your thoughts on your experiences have been around that. Just that whole, oh, maybe like people saying like Zumba isn't a real workout, or people feeling like Zumba isn't enough and it's not really something that can impact their health in the long term.
Like houseway. No, seriously. Like I feel like the ones that say that are they have never taken a Zumba class before. They're only watching from the outside, making assumptions off of maybe something they've seen online or something someone else has done. They haven't physically done it themselves. Or either like I like to go by that mindset, you get what you put into it. So if you go into class with that mindset that is, oh, it's not that much of a workout, blah, 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 then you're not going to give it your all when you go in and you won't get the most out of it. So mindset goes along with that too. And I think Like, I think people think that way about Zumba just because of how fun it is. Like,
Mm-hmm.
workout and being fun at the same time. Like, no, that can't happen. Like, there's some stigma that, you know, unless your workout is strenuous and hard and 100% high impact and grueling the whole time, then it doesn't count or it's not a real workout, which is just not true. Like, Zumba is a full body workout. I know everybody is different, so I never guarantee that you're gonna burn a certain amount of calories during a workout. But when I'm taking or teaching a Zumba class, I'm burning anywhere from 400 to over 600 calories every single time, guaranteed. Like, you're also building endurance, you're improving your cardiovascular. Studies
Mm-hmm.
have shown that it improves your blood pressure. And I don't know about you, but that sounds like a good workout to me.
Yeah, yeah, no, 110%. And I love that you bring up the mindset aspect of it because, you know, we talk a lot. And guys, y'all know I'm constantly talking about mindset and talking about how, you know, whenever we have this all or nothing mindset where if it's not this, then it's nothing. And I think Zumba is another great example. And even what you were talking about where, you know, the whole fun thing, like, I mean, let's just be honest. How fucked up is it that we live in a world where we feel like if it's fun, it can't be a workout?
Listen,
Like, that's ludicrous. And you know what's also crazy is look at all the athletes out there. Like, we may not feel like it, but these people are playing games. Like,
yeah,
they are literally, yeah, like they're training on the offset, but whenever they're playing football, basketball, tennis, softball, whatever it is, whenever they're playing, like they are having fun and they are still burning calories. And yeah, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be a sport, but like I said earlier, why do we believe that if something is fun, that it can't be a workout? And I mean, as far as like what you put in, I'm a living witness, y'all. I'm a living witness. Like, I've taken a lot of Zumba classes. I have burned 800 calories in a Zumba class.
mm-hmm.
And that's also the really cool thing about it, that if you are someone who, you know, you don't feel like I'm like, maybe I'm not this super fit person. I'm not someone who can keep up. Like, you know, like Chanel said, you can be low intensity, you can two-step. But also if you're someone who's more like me, and in full transparency, I like high intensity workouts. So I'm the kind of person where when you go to Zumba, like low key, like I'm like I said, I'm on the instructor. I'm like, I'm doing what she's doing. Like, I'm really trying to take it up. And that's the really cool part, is that I think it's something that's it's a lot easier to modify. And at the end of the day, like you said, people who are saying that, they likely haven't taken classes. You know, it's kind of like I say whenever somebody says something about travel, like, oh, you're going to go to that country and isn't that dangerous? And I'm like, do you have a passport?
Right,
Do you
right.
have a passport? Oh, you've been? Oh, no. Okay, like, I mean, it's
How
a
you gonna
similar
hate from
thing.
outside the club? You can't even get in. That
Thank
type of
you.
thing.
Yes, exactly. I'm like, I just don't feel like someone who has actually taken a Zumba class can sit here and look me in the face and be like, this wasn't a real workout, or like, I didn't do anything. If you didn't get anything, it's because you didn't give anything.
Mm-hmm.
Period. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
Zumba is a spirit, y'all. Like, it really, I swear, like, I'm literally, as I'm thinking about it now, I'm like, damn, I gotta get back on my Zumba shit. I know, honestly, I do, because I love dancing. So, and I remember you had even commented on the post of the reel that I did whenever I was talking about the dancing, and I was
Oh,
like,
all of them.
all kinds of dancing. I'm like, the wobble, Zumba, twerking. I'm like, all of it. As long as I'm like
Right,
moving and there's like a beat, I'm like, let's get it.
right. Any time of day, any day of the week.
Yes.
Dancing, I'm down. I'm
Yes.
down.
Drop the beat. Drop the beat. Yes. 100%. All right, Chanel. So for people who feel like, oh, I've looked at Zumba, or I know what it is and I've been wanting to take it, but I'm hesitant because I feel really embarrassed, or I'm not a really good dancer, or I don't like when people look at me. And I know there's a lot of that out there, because people have told me that just about going to the gym in general. Like, I mean, literally people who don't even want to go get on a cardio machine, which, I mean, honestly, it hurts my heart, but especially for the people who would love to really let loose. So, you know, like you said, just be able to just come in and take the day off of them, you know, and just really have that boost. Like, what is your advice for those people who really want to do it, but they're feeling like they don't know if they can get out of their shell? And I also would just like to before she answers, I want to let it to be known that Chanel is definitely someone who I feel like you should really listen to this answer, because I'm not saying you're like super introverted. Like, I've known you for so long. I don't even really look at you as an introvert, because like we've talked, we've had tons of conversations, hung out, been to the club, all that. So like, I don't really look at you as an introvert, but I know that like you're someone who may have had those feelings before. So go ahead and tell us what advice you would give to these people.
That's exactly what I was going to start with. Like, I was that person. Before I started teaching, I would be in the back of the class, or before even getting to that point, I didn't know anything about going to the gym when I started taking classes in high school. I didn't know anything about that. So the very first class, me and my whole family went together. Like my sister, my mom, my dad, all of us went together.
Yes.
So I'd say that maybe taking friends along with you, that would be a good way to start.
I love that.
But the best thing that I can tell you is to just do it. Just go for it. You're not gonna know. You're always gonna be scared in the back of your head or worried about this or that until you go and try and do it.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, I know most instructors will speak for this, but I feel like it's my responsibility to make you feel welcome, to make you feel comfortable when you come to class. Like, I know in one of my gyms, like we even turn the lights down low so you're not focused on anybody else around you, make it feel like that party vibe, so that when you come in, you're not thinking about any of that stuff. It's just literally like you're partying with your friends. Like, it's a social thing too. Like, you automatically get that accountability from the others in class with you. So I feel like that helped. Like, I don't know, I feel like people are more worried about other people in class and what they might think, but they're also your biggest motivators while you're in class. Like, my group is so supportive to each other. Anytime we have a new person, someone you haven't seen in a while, like, they're so supportive and so uplifting to each other during class. And I think that helps a lot. Like, there's nothing to be worried about. And as far as getting like the dance moves right and everything, like we were saying before, none of that matters. As long as you're in there dancing, having fun, getting your workout in, your workout is for you. Yes. Like, you're in there with everyone else, but this is for you. So none of that other stuff matters.
110%. God, I love that. Your workout is for you. That's gonna always be the case. Listen, y'all know I'm queen of outsourcing, and I ain't gonna lie, I've had my moments where I so badly wish I could outsource working out, but we can't. So, like Chanel said, like, your workout is for you, period. Like, that itself, just like adopting that mindset and like consistently reminding yourself of that, I think makes a huge difference. And I mean, bringing friends is always a party. Yeah. And I think, Chanel, you and I did a Zumba party not too long ago. Well, not too long ago.
Pre-pandemic, yeah.
I don't know, like maybe 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
God, where does the time go? What?
That
had to be like, whatever.
Was it 2019-ish? 2018, 19?
Was it? I think it had to be 2018. I don't even think I took Zumba in 2019. Unless it was early. Girl, I don't know. Either way, it was a while ago. But point being is, well, outside the fact that Zumba, a lot of instructors actually will have official Zumba parties, and that'll normally, it'll be like a little theme, might be a little bit longer, but even if you're just going to a regular class, like, I love that you brought up bringing your friends, because not only does it have that level of accountability, which y'all know I'm all about, not only does it have that, but it really is just like a party. And you bring people who you're already comfortable with. And I've gone to several Zumba parties with several of my friends, and y'all, we be lit as fuck. I ain't gonna tell you no lie. Like, we be in there fucking it up. Like, honestly, just have fun. I mean, like she says, at the end of the day, your workout is for you, and you really got to think about what's in it for you. What did you really come here for? So I love that she's really giving all these like mindset shifts, because like everything else in life, no matter if our goals are for weight loss, or we just want to have more fun, or we want to have more energy, or we are trying to build our core, Lord knows I am, like, and like any of those things that we're trying to do, like, Zumba can help you get there. So Chanel, thank you. This was so great. I just love this whole conversation. I guess, like I said, it's inspiring me. Like, I'm a big Zumba fan. Make sure you check out Chanel. And Chanel, for people who want to take your classes, they want to learn more about you, how can they find out about that?
Yeah, so I post my virtual classes on my Instagram weekly at Chanel Tierra. You can follow me here. Or you can find me on Facebook, Chanel Richardson, where I also have a dance group, Dance Fitness Fun with Chanel. And that's where I'll post like my local classes or events or virtual classes too. So yeah, anyone's welcome to join us at any time.
Yes. And for what was the name of the Facebook group?
Dance Fitness Fun with Chanel.
Dance Fitness Fun with Chanel. Okay, perfect. So yeah, y'all, if anything, like start, like make sure you go follow her so you can stay up to date with what's happening. And if you're on Facebook, join her Facebook group. Like I said, her classes are super fun. You can already see that she loves it. So if you've been hesitating, just take the leap. Do it scared, do it shy, do it uncomfortable. I promise you, you will not regret it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yes, 110%. So again, thank you, Chanel. I appreciate you coming on, talking all things Zumba to us. Guys, again, I'm Bianca Lynch. I'm BiancaLynchCoaching.com. Make sure you follow me at the Bianca Lynch if you haven't already, because we're always talking all things health, wealth, bucket list life, achieving your goals, all the things. This was episode 13 or 14 of Goal Slay Monday. Sorry, I forgot. It's one of those. But I am going to upload this to IGTV. So if you have any questions or anything you want to ask myself or Chanel, please do so in the comments. And otherwise, we will catch y'all later.
Bye.
Bye, Chanel.